Intermittent fasting is a very popular weight loss method today, and it literally completely changed my life. With the help of intermittent fasting, I was able to lose 100 pounds in 4 months and 130 pounds in only 7 months. In this video, I'm gonna be talking about 3 mistakes that you may be doing wrong while you're intermittent fasting, and the mistakes people make while they are intermittent fasting that can affect their weight loss results. And welcome back to my channel. Here we are again today with another video. If you don't know who I am, I basically lost over 100 pounds by doing keto, intermittent fasting, and exercise in a fasted state. What you heard at the beginning of the video was right. I did lose 100 pounds in only 4 months, and that was only through the help of fasting. It's when you completely abstain from food. However, you can drink things during a fast, but what you are drinking usually matters the most. I'm very experienced with fasting. I've done all of the fasting methods that are possible. I've done intermittent fasting, I've done prolonged fasting, I've done dry fasting, I've done it all, so I'm here to give you guys my tips and my knowledge on how you can properly intermittent fast. And if you haven't already, what are you guys waiting for? Go ahead and hit the subscribe button for me, and make sure you give this video a like and turn on those post notifications so you can get more intermittent fasting tips from me. So the first mistake that people usually make while they're fasting is not drinking water while they are fasting. Fasting basically means you're abstaining from food for a long time, but there are different types of fasting, and one type of fasting is called dry fasting, which is where you abstain from drinking water and eating food almost completely. I have dry fasted, and the point of dry fasting is just for health benefits, but I'm not here to talk about that today. But that is the difference between regular intermittent fasting and dry fasting. It is perfectly fine for you to drink things. The main purpose of fasting is for your body to be able to get a break from basically processing food all of the time, because digestion is a very, very complex process, and your body needs a break from that. Even though you're not eating, what you drink still matters, because if you drink anything with sugar or anything that has any type of calorie, most likely the calories are coming from the sugar that is within the drink, as there is no kind of nutritional benefit inside of sugary drinks. If you are fasting and you don't eat any food, but you go and you drink a soda, or you go and you drink some juice, you automatically break your fast. When you drink something and it has calories in it, those calories are coming from processed sugar. So because of that, your body automatically stops burning fat and starts looking towards that glucose that you just consumed for your energy. Your body is thinking, well, you just gave me calories, you just gave me sugar, and this is what I'm going to use for energy, and it will automatically get out of that fat burning state, and that's exactly what we don't want. The things that you can drink when you are intermittent fasting are plain water, plain green tea, plain black coffee, anything that doesn't have any sugar in it or any sweetener in it. So technically you could use a sugar substitute while you are fasted. If we are following the ordinary guidelines of fasting, you could use stevia, you could use erythritol. However, I do still advise against that, because even though you are fasting, you're still consuming something that your body thinks is sugar, or that your brain is thinking that it's sugar, and eating is entirely hormonal. I have an entire video on how eating is hormonal and how eating affects our hormones and tells us when we're hungry and when we aren't. Even though you are technically not consuming any real sugar or any calories, your body thinks it is, and it could trigger your insulin. And once your insulin is triggered, you will naturally come out of that fat burning state. What we need to avoid when we are intermittent fasting is breaking a fast with unhealthy food. This is a must, because you can go on a fast, you can fast for 16 to 8 hours, you can fast for 23 to 1, but if you come back and you automatically break your fast with unhealthy processed food, your body switches its cellular process. The reason why intermittent fasting works so well is because we're lowering the inflammation in our body. We're allowing our digestive system to basically rest and not overwhelm it, so it can process what we just ate. So if you go ahead and break your fast with really unhealthy processed foods, it's going to not only spike up your insulin, but you're also going to naturally kick your body out of that ketogenic state that it was in while it was burning fat while you were abstaining from food. The purpose of fasting in the first place is to get our body into this ketogenic state. That's why intermittent fasting and the keto diet go hand in hand. The food that you're eating is not triggering your insulin because you're naturally abstaining from sugar and carbs on this diet, and you're intermittent fasting, so your body is targeting fat almost 3 times as fast. When you start to fast or you start to intermittent fast, the more you intermittent fast, the more your body will become fat adapted. And what this means is that your body is going from using mostly sugar for energy to breaking down your fat to be able to use for energy. So if you break your fast with unhealthy processed food, it literally almost defeats the entire purpose of you going on a fast in the first place. Intermittent fasting works best when it is combined with unprocessed healthy food, regardless if it's the keto diet or not. Whole healthy unprocessed food along with a continuous fasting method. A mistake that people usually make when intermittent fasting that usually stalls their weight loss is when you fast for too long. Fasting for too long can hurt you in the long run, and here is what I mean by that. When you are intermittent fasting, it's almost vital that you have your routine down when you're doing this, because you could hurt your body from going back and forth from eating processed things to unprocessed things. You could really spike up your insulin, trigger things in your body that you don't want. We're trying to lose weight, so we're able to lower our inflammation. If you're trying to lose weight or you're on a weight loss journey and you fast for way too long, keep up the same routine continuously, you will stall in your weight loss. And this is because when you are initially losing weight, you feel great, you feel amazing, you feel like you're doing something right, and then all of a sudden you look at the scale and it stops moving. There are a few reasons this happens. Number one, the reason is because when we are trying to lose weight, we're technically changing our routine to shock our body so it doesn't stall. Our body likes being in a state of homeostasis, which means a perfect balance. This is why when you get too hot, you have to sweat to cool you down. It is a survival mechanism within inside of ourselves to be able to constantly maintain our results. Our body naturally stalls our weight loss results because it doesn't want us to lose weight too fast. It doesn't want us to get too thin too fast. So when you are fasting, for instance, say if you're doing the 16 to 8 method where you are eating from 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. and then you don't eat again until the next day, sometimes you should throw in a little alternate day fasting method, such as maybe for 4 days out of the week you do 16 to 8, and then for 3 days out of the week you only eat 1 meal a day. And that would be the perfect way to get your body from stalling your weight loss results. If your body sees that you're losing weight too fast, it will slow down its progress so you don't starve yourself, so you don't hurt yourself. This is why losing weight is very hard, because you constantly have to change your routine to the size that you are, to the calories that you're consuming, and to the rate of your metabolism and your current weight. If you want to avoid stalling on your weight loss journey, regardless if you do keto or not, you need to fluctuate your routine in some type of way. So if you are doing keto, the best way to not stall on the ketogenic diet is when you alternate your fasting method, because you can't really alternate your carbs throughout that diet. However, if you are following just a regular diet, the best way to fix your weight loss plateau or your weight loss stall results is by doing carb cycling, is when you eat higher carbs on one day and then lower carbs on another day, or it is when you eat higher calories and carbs along with fasting. When I was on my weight loss journey, this is what I had to do, but I did it in an extreme way. I was doing the 23 to 1 day fasting, which means it's OMAD, 1 meal a day, keto OMAD. The reason I was able to lose weight so fast was because I didn't eat healthy beforehand. I never did. I never really exercised ever, and so when I automatically changed what I was doing in my routine, I was able to lose weight very quickly. However, I did stall in my weight loss results, and when I did stall in my weight loss results, I went ahead and I went on an extended day fast just because I was trying to lose weight very quickly for health reasons. But regardless, I also had to do this method to ensure my weight loss results. At first, it was hard starting a fast, but of course, the more I did it, the easier it got, and I'm sure the more that you do it too. If you're interested in tips on how to start a fast and how to break a fast, tune into my next video, what is acceptable to start a fast and what is acceptable to break your fast. Make sure you guys check out my second YouTube channel where I do talk about being a vegan on there. I'm gonna have my vegan meal ideas on there. I'm gonna have my fitness routines and the reason I quit the ketogenic diet. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will see you guys in the next one.